evening. I'm Taylor Thomas with a CTV News update. A woman is dragged at an area gas station as she tried to stop a person from stealing her car. It happened on Sunday at 12:15 in the afternoon at this gas station on Annapolis Road in Landover Hills. The unidentified victim was pumping gas at the time. Once the person jumped into her car, she tried to stop them from leaving and was dragged for a bit before she let go. She was injured and taken to an area hospital. Her condition is not known. The Prince George's Police Department is handling the investigation. Affirmative action in education hangs in the balance, or actually time is running out if you want to take part in early voting in the state of Maryland. The last day to do so is Thursday, November the 3rd. The polls remain open daily for early voting from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's another deadline, by the way, to be aware of. That last day to request a mail-in ballot is tomorrow, November 1st. The general election is November 8th. Maryland residents, don't forget you can register and vote on Election Day. For more information, go to elections.maryland.gov. Affirmative action in education hangs in the balance. The nation's highest court is examining whether universities may consider race in admissions. The justices are looking at two cases, one involving Harvard University. The other case is involving the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. The plaintiff is a group called Students for Fair Admissions. It contends the concept of affirmative action violates the U.S. Constitution. CTV spoke earlier today with Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin to get his take.
The 14th Amendment was all about promoting equal protection and dismantling racist infrastructure in the country to give everybody equal opportunity and to let diversity flourish in the country. So I'm just concerned that we've got a gerrymandered right-wing Supreme Court that is going to interfere with all of the progress we've been making in the country.
A decision is likely next June. Another milestone for neighboring Montgomery County, the home of the nation's largest fleet of electric school buses, is now home to the largest electric bus depot in the U.S. Officials held a ribbon cutting this morning at the new facility on Brookville Road in Silver Spring. It took 1 year to construct the facility, which has the capacity to charge all of the county's 70 electric commuter buses at the same time.
For anybody wondering about the efficiency of electric bus fleets, electric buses over a 10-year lifespan cost less to buy and operate than any other bus you can buy.
Montgomery County, Maryland has been at the vanguard of our efforts to rapidly deploy clean energy, to put more people to work in good paying jobs, in deploying clean energy and energy efficiency, and tackling the climate crisis. This county was the first in the country to create their own green bank. This was the first county in the country to codify energy efficiency performance standards in buildings. And last week, as you heard, the county executive and others set an example once again by announcing the single largest deployment of electric school buses in America. So
Montgomery County now has 84 electric school buses in its fleet. The county has set a goal of zero emissions by 2035. It was August 24th. 3 men were found unconscious and dead outside of a Hyattsville apartment. Officials now say they died of fentanyl overdose. You may recall the incident occurred at the 5700 block of Queens Chapel Road. When emergency personnel arrived, they found 3 men unconscious and not breathing. The medics administered Narcan and performed CPR, but were not able to revive them. The victims have been identified as Julian Alvarez, Walter Fuentes, and Jose Escobar. You're watching CTV News. I'm Taylor Thomas. Back in a moment. Good evening and welcome back. Prince George's police are investigating a fatal stabbing incident over the weekend. Officers were called to the 5000 block of Brown Station Road in Upper Marlboro early Sunday morning. When they arrived, they found a man on the ground suffering from stab wounds. The victim was taken to the hospital and died a short time later. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact police. The state's COVID-19 cases continue to trend upward. The Maryland Health Department reports 819 new cases in the last 24 hours and 8 additional deaths. 411 Marylanders are currently in the hospital with the disease. The county's positivity rate stands at 8.46%. He first gained exposure to Capitol Hill while interning for former U.S. Congressman Albert Wynn. Now, Clinton resident Kent Robertson works at a lobbying firm monitoring federal legislative issues, including transportation, banking, and the environment. The married father of 3 has also served on numerous elected and volunteer positions, including the Democratic Central Committee and the Maryland Electoral College. Robertson is now campaigning for the District 9 seat on the Prince George's Board of Education and is excited about the return of an all-elected board.
I know we're about 2 years away from that taking place, but I'm excited because it once again puts the obligation for us as elected school board members back to the voters, ensuring that we're held accountable for all that we do, and that the opportunity for us to be removed from office for our lack of accountability is also provided to us as well.
And you think that this will make a difference in terms of how the board gets along?
I do. I believe that the issue in the past, how the board was brought on through the elected versus appointed, I think that was an issue at the forefront of when it was first established. And so now with every individual being elected, there's a camaraderie there.
Robertson also serves as the social justice minister at Ebenezer AME Church, chairs the Parks and Rec Board, and volunteers at the Larkin Chase Nursing Home. Auditors find that the state's health officials failed to properly oversee a vendor hired to pay mental health providers during the pandemic. The audit released Friday by the Department of Legislative Services says the lack of oversight caused accounting nightmares for clinicians and delays for care of patients in crisis. The vendor in question is Optum, a United Health Group affiliated that processes claims for Medicaid or government-funded behavioral health care. There are some important safety tips you need to know and keep in mind for tonight, Halloween. Before you head out the door, the CDC says don't forget your face mask, especially if you are attending a party indoors. Remember, Halloween-themed masks do not count as appropriate face covering. Parents, if you are taking your children out trick-or-treating, keep your hand sanitizer nearby. Lastly, of course, always, if you're sick, stay at home. More news and sports after the break. Stay with us.
This year, celebrate Vote Early Day.
And make your voice heard.
Each year, the amount of people voting early grows.
And this fall, over 220 million Americans can vote early.
In person.
By dropping off their ballot.
Or mailing it in. With so many options, you can vote when it's convenient for you.
Election Day is the last day to cast your ballot.
So the question isn't why vote early.
It's why wait. Join the celebration and find out how you can vote early at voteearlyday.org.
Happy Halloween, sports fans. There has been some spooky activity in the sports world, starting with the Washington Wizards. Yesterday, the team fell to the Boston Celtics 112-94, putting them on a 2-game losing streak. But most of the concern is less about the score and more about the level of effort. Most of the mistakes the team made were on the defensive end, and after the game, Bradley Beal touches on the lack of defensive urgency.
I mean, from the get-go, we gave Jason 2-3 threes that were uncontested. You know, he's playing at a MVP caliber level right now, and the same with Jalen. Like those two, we knew coming into tonight what it was, and we just weren't there defensively. I mean, offense, you're gonna have nights where you don't shoot the ball well. That happens. Like if we can control making all our shots, I always say that. You know, we'll be 100% from the field. but you know, you can control your defensive efforts and your attention to details on that end, and we didn't do that.
And the team looks to turn the page quick because they play tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the University of Maryland women's basketball team had success in their first exhibition game against Frostburg State. And defensively, the team thrived. They were able to force 24 turnovers and convert those into 37 of their points. After the game, head coach Brenda Fries had this to say.
You know, love the energy and intensity that we jumped out with. I thought defensively we set the tone, and then, you know, offensively I thought we were really unselfish, sharing the basketball, making plays for each other. I thought we did a phenomenal job getting to the free throw line. Then, you know, forcing we had 17 turnovers in the first half. I thought just, again, trying to be really aggressive and defend, you know, at every single position.
Now, Taylor, your alma mater is doing some amazing things for women's basketball.
They're fun to watch, and they're so good. They really, really are. They make us proud.
They do.
All right, well, let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms are expected throughout the evening. Tuesday, cloudy with a chance of rain in the morning with a high near 72. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 69. Thursday, sunny with a high near 67 degrees. And now for the community calendar, don't let the rain put a halt on your Halloween activities. There are many places to take your ghouls and goblins for sweet treats and dinner. Bowie Town Center is hosting a Boo and Brew. Dance Makers is hosting a trunk or treat in Lanham. Check out Laurel's House of Horrors, or even enjoy a free meal at a local restaurant. Visit patch.com and search for Indoor Halloween Destinations 2022 for a detailed list. All right, that wraps up our CTV News Update. Happy Halloween. I'm Taylor Thomas. This is Laurencia Moten. Good night.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.